is the best piece of advice you ever got over a cup of coffee in your life?
Okay, and it's 30 seconds or so, but here's the thing. When
Minutes. Yeah.
I did an administrative residency as my first job at Booth Memorial Medical Center. So it
Yeah.
was my journey was hospital administration.
Yeah.
So I get this residency and I asked the boss, the CEO, what time I didn't know what time to show up to work. He says, I want you to show up at 7:30, 7:15, no more later than 7:30 in the coffee shop. 7:15, 7:30. I don't get up. I don't even get up that early. Anyway, so I got there and I found out that what was actually happening is all the physicians that were coming in the morning were getting their coffee, and then they saw the CEO and they said, you know what, we were looking, here's a project, here's a proposal, here's a this, here's a that. And I realized this wasn't about coffee. This was about meeting people where they are, right? And then you got the best piece of advice. You got your finger on the pulse because all the surgeons, all the physicians at some point in time would come to that coffee shop in the morning and they felt in a very, very comfortable situation to sit down and have a 2 minute conversation and be on the way. And I said, that's what you've got to do. You don't wait for them to come to you. You go to the customer, you go to the physician, you go to the patient. I learned that early on, and I never forgot that.
That is a great piece of advice, and how profound. I mean, just sitting at a cup of coffee, think there's a lot you can do just sitting there having a cup of coffee, and people come up to you, and those 2, 3 minute conversations, it's really an art, right? I mean, I used to think about like myself when I used to go meet with people like in that way. I would look at it this way: I'm saving myself 15 emails later.
Yeah.
Those quick questions you can just ask or talk about things, ideas. So important to have those connections. That is really a profound leadership by sitting in the coffee shop. Great
I
idea.
mean, drank a lot of coffee,
Yeah.
but we came back with 4 or 5 ideas and 4 or 5 things that were on the minds of the physicians in that
and
particular.
things and things you had to fix, things you had to work on. You know.
Yeah, yeah.